Good afternoon, CFM. It's Coach Matt with our Thursday workout. We're gonna get some of our pressing work in and then some good shoulder and chest and arm accessory work afterwards. So let's begin with the warm-up. 3 rounds through, 1 minute of your choice warm-up pace cardio. Then we're gonna practice our jerk reps plus some shoulder extension work, right? So I'm gonna pick this up and face away from the rack. Obviously, when you do the lifts, you should always face into the rack, right? When we do the jerk, it is our dip, drive, press, and catch, right? So I want the extension of my elbows to be timed exactly when my feet hit the floor and I'm back in the power position when I catch. And then I'm gonna stand to full extension. Notice the bar is staying up over my head, replace my feet, and then replace the bar, right? So full speed. All right, after I get 4 reps of my jerk, I'm gonna hold that overhead position and I'm gonna do 4 shoulder shrugs upward against the weight of that bar, right? So again, practicing scapular movement, scapular control before I bring that bar down, right? After we finish our jerk practice work, and I obviously practice the jerk that you're going to do in the workout. If you're doing split jerks and you've been doing them this whole cycle, great, stick with it. If you've been doing push jerks, that's fine too, stick with it. Burpee jumps and then some med ball squats. So burpee jump, I'm practicing that wide stance, bending down, planting my hands firmly, right? So my palms are on the ground, not like tented fingers with my thumbs kind of posted up like this. I can't put much weight on this without hurting my fingers and stretching out all those ligaments in my hands, right? So plant your hands flat, kick back to the plank position, and then jump and pull those feet back forward until they're almost in line with your hands, right? So that's our burpee jump, like that. Okay, last one is just some medicine ball squats. You can get out your light ball that you're gonna use for the med ball circuit in the workout. We're just hugging it to our chest, using the counterweight of that ball to get us down nice and low as we stretch in the bottom of that squat, okay? When we do the workout, you can have different weights for the dumbbells. I'm gonna use the same weights here just for demo purposes. And when we do the workout, or when we do the strength work, for today I have listed a series of percentages up to relatively challenging triples for the jerk. Just be careful that at the top end of the jerk percentages, it may be very, very challenging for you to bring that weight back down to your shoulders. So it can help to have a spotter on either side of your bar to help you lower it back down to your shoulders, right? That's just a safety factor. It doesn't take away from the lift that you're doing, right? And it just makes it a little bit more achievable to do multiple heavy reps on your shoulders, okay? All right, the superset for the jerks is a single arm loaded hollow hold. So I'm gonna get into my hollow position, shoulder blades off the ground, and then I'm just loading one hand, all right, and not the other as I reach out over my head. All right, it'll create a little bit of an asymmetric demand on my core as well as on my arm. So I'm gonna do 15 seconds on the right arm, pass it off to my left arm, and I would like to do somewhere between 20 and 45 pounds. The heavier you get, the more challenging that is, obviously, and you're gonna wanna hold that weight directly over your shoulder as you try to squeeze your shoulder blade off the ground, right? So make sure you're not holding it way up over your head like the normal hollow position. It's just straight over your shoulder, and we're trying to shrug your shoulder blades off the ground in that position. And we'll do a total of 30 seconds, but 15 seconds on each arm. When you finish with all the jerks, we're going to an accessory portion. This will not be strictly timed, right? But if you need the clock running to help you stay motivated and keep you moving, I just want you to sweat a little bit, but focus on the detail of the movement. We'll have some of our plates with the protectors underneath so we can drag them along the floor. You'll have benches, you'll have dumbbells, and we're gonna do a set of 8 reps. Oh, and your bar will stay out from your jerks, okay? Just set the weight appropriately on the bent over barbell row. Anywhere between, say, like, 95 and 155 for the guys, and for the ladies in that like 45 to 85 range is usually pretty good for bent over barbell row. All right, so you have your dumbbells. We're doing dumbbell bench press for 8 reps. Symmetrical movement here. Touch the ends of the dumbbells to your chest and then extend and contact the ends of the dumbbell over your head. Then with your bar, your bent over barbell row, okay? So bent over, bottom of the deadlift position, bar touching my shins. I'm gonna row until it contacts my sternum, and then back to straight arms. trying really hard not to use any momentum or jump from the legs. No kipping bent over barbell rows today, okay? Next one, we'll take our sled or the plates, and we're doing our reverse sled drag with this. And when we do the sled drag, just make sure, I'm doing it sideways here, but stab the top of your toe into the ground and drag yourself backwards. Stab the top of the toe into the ground, drag yourself backwards. So every time you take a step, I want the bottom or the back foot to get vertical to the floor, all right? So don't step like this. Put that bottom foot, the bottom of the foot vertical to the floor, and that'll really make you pull with the front side of your leg and the quad. The shoulder circuit. Now, you can do these seated or you can do them standing, but we're gonna go out front, sweep to the side, and then overhead. And then back the way you came, out to the side, sweep forward and down, and that's 1 rep. And we're gonna get 8 reps of that circuit right there. So up, out, up again, and then out, forward, and down. And that's our shoulder circuit, okay? The last one is 8 reps per side of our rotational medicine ball slam, all right? So I'm standing about arm's distance from the wall, my body's perpendicular to the wall, and my back leg, or the outside leg, is slightly ahead of the inside leg. I'll start at the pocket, rotate and throw from the hips, trying to make as loud a noise as I can. When I rotate, both my feet should pivot through 90 degrees when I do that, right? I wanna make sure that I'm trying to keep the ball below about my rib cage height. Make sure I don't turn it into like a push with my arm. I want it to be a pitch, right? From below the sternum, all right? That is my rotary med ball wall slam. 8 reps on each side. Get through that circuit 3 to 4 times in the remaining time of the class, and that will be it for today. Have a great one, guys. I'll see you on Friday.